Welcome back to Inwards Insights on Governance and Sustainability. I'm Sarah, and as always, I'm joined by my co host, Gordon.
Hi, everyone. Today we're diving into a topic that's concerning boardrooms and businesses worldwide. That is leadership diversity. And before you wonder, no, we're not just talking about ticking boxes. We'll unpack why diverse leadership is not just the right thing to do, but the smart thing to do, especially in today's ever evolving business landscape.
Exactly, Gordon. Speaking on that topic, I'm reminded of a quote from the legendary Malcolm Forbes, who once said, "Diversity is the art of thinking independently together."
That quote really sets the tone. Forbes wasn't just a successful publisher. He took his family's small company and turned it into a global powerhouse. His real secret? Embracing a diverse leadership philosophy. He believed that when different perspectives come together, innovation flourishes, ideas spark, and boundaries get pushed. His approach is inspiring in the way we think about leadership.
This example was also mentioned in an ebook by the Center for Governance and Sustainability at the National University of Singapore Business School. And CGS is also the center that brought you this show. Now, back to today's episode, why leadership diversity should be at the core of every business strategy. Because let's face it, diversity in leadership isn't just a moral imperative, it's a strategic advantage. The numbers back it up, and we're here to share those insights.
So, what do we really mean by leadership diversity? It's more than gender, more than age, more than experience. It's about bringing together different viewpoints, backgrounds, and skill sets to create teams that are stronger and, frankly, more successful.
And speaking of numbers, some of the most compelling data on this comes from a study by CGS conducted in 2022. The study analyzed 577 publicly listed companies in Singapore. The findings showed that one of the key ingredients for optimum business performance is gender parity at the top. That means having an equal split between men and women in senior management and boardrooms.
That's right. Firms with a 50-50 split between male and female leaders don't just perform well, they actually outperform companies with less balanced teams. And the data is pretty specific about this. A 10 percentage point increase in female leaders leads to a 0.44 percentage point increase in return on assets, or ROA. That's a measurable bump and speaks volumes about the value of balanced leadership.
But here's what's interesting. The study also found that when companies go beyond 50% female leaders, performance actually plateaus, and in some cases, even dips. So the sweet spot isn't about simply increasing female representation. It's about true gender balance.
And this isn't just a one-off finding. Previous research backs it up. For instance, a 2018 study found that board gender diversity has a positive and significant impact on corporate governance scores. And better governance, in turn, means better financial performance for companies. Similarly, a 2016 report on Asia-Pacific boardrooms showed companies with at least 10% female board members outperforming those with fewer women, both in ROA and return on equity, or ROE.
So, for all the business leaders listening, having more women at the top isn't just a nice to have. It's a business necessity, but gender is just one piece of the puzzle when it comes to leadership diversity.
I agree. Experience is another critical factor. The CGS study found that leaders with more than 10 years of industry experience have a significant positive impact on performance. For every 10 percentage point increase in the proportion of experienced leaders, companies saw a 0.59 to 0.68 percentage point boost in ROA.
But it's not all about experience or age. There's a tipping point. The same research found that when there's a high concentration of senior leaders over the age of 60, company performance can actually start to dip. Specifically, a 10 percentage point increase in leaders over 60 is linked to a 0.41 to 0.63 percentage point decrease in ROA.
So there are many figures over there. But what this really tells us is that a mix of experience and fresh perspectives is crucial. Too much of one or the other, and you risk missing out, either on the wisdom that comes with experience or the innovation that younger leaders can bring. Finding that sweet spot, where new ideas meet seasoned expertise, is what drives sustainable success.
So, let's sum up the big picture here. Diverse leadership, whether it's in gender, age, or experience, is a win win for businesses. It's not just about representation, it's also about results. Companies with diverse leadership teams are more innovative, more adaptable, and better positioned to navigate the complexities of today's fast changing business world. And let's not forget the uncertain geopolitical climate. We need all the strengths we can get.
If you're a business leader, an aspiring executive, or even just interested in what makes organizations thrive, this is your call to action. Embrace diversity, not as a trend, but as a business strategy that will power your company's future. The evidence is clear, and there's really no better time than now to lead the change.
That's a great note to end on, Gordon. Building leadership diversity starts from the present, and the companies that recognize this are the ones that will stay ahead of the curve.
Thanks for tuning in to In Words, Insights on Governance and Sustainability. If you enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to subscribe and stay with us for our next episode, where we'll explore another key aspect of sustainable businesses.
Goodbye, everyone.